Welcome to Quays News. I'm George Kelly.
And I'm Isaac Shelton. Our top stories today. A 17-year-old boy has been arrested on suspicion of murder after the death of a teenager in Salford.
Could the AJ Bell be under new ownership? Sale Sharks are in talks to buy the Salford Stadium. We'll have the latest.
And visitors return to Chester Zoo. But will revenue from ticket sales be enough to fund their conservation work? All that and more ahead.
Good afternoon. It's just gone 20 minutes past 3. A teenager has been arrested on suspicion of murder after the death of a fellow 17-year-old in Salford.
The incident occurred last night in Seedley. Our correspondent Harrison Bates reports.
Street, where a 17-year-old has reportedly been stabbed in the arm. This incident is thought to be in connection with another stabbing, which police have been called to at 8:15 last night, where another 17-year-old was taken into hospital with a stab wound to the chest. He unfortunately died despite emergency services' best efforts. Detective Chief Inspector Stuart Wilkinson of GMP's Major Incident Team said, "After such a dreadful incident like this, our thoughts are with the family of the young man who lost his life on our streets last night. These are the very early stages of our investigation, but we are working hard to identify the circumstances around what took place. There will be an understandable shock in the community after news of the incident, but we have a large police presence at the scene, and I can assure the police will be doing everything within our power to seek justice for the boy's family."
That was Harrison Bates reporting there. Now, like most visitor attractions, Chester Zoo has faced huge financial losses caused by the pandemic, but last week it finally reopened.
And it's not just the visitors that have been missing out. After a day at the zoo, all our homes told us this.
It's not just people who've been affected by lockdown this last year. The closure of zoos and lack of government funding has played a huge impact in pushing back Chester Zoo's efforts to support critically endangered animals across the world. But with zoos being allowed to reopen, visitors and their cash have returned to the zoo once more.
A bit cold, so a lot of the animals weren't out. Of course, you can't go indoors and to see things indoors. So,
how does it feel to be back at Chester Zoo?
Yeah, great. Yeah,
nice
great to go somewhere to be out and see something.
Visitors make up 97% of Chester Zoo's income, so finances have taken a huge blow over the last year. CEO of Chester Zoo, Jamie Christian, made a statement ahead of the reopening. "This has been and continues to be an incredibly challenging period of our charity zoo. So it's a huge relief with lockdown restrictions easing that people can finally make their way down to Chester Zoo. Even on an overcast weekday like today, visitors are flocking down to visit Chester Zoo. Day today in Chester Zoo?
Great, yeah, it was lovely. It's nice to get out. Walking, get the cobwebs off.
Does it feel different because it's all obviously outside, there's not anyone inside?
No, I think there's still enough to see outside. You don't have to go on to the inside parts.
Yeah. So with good weather ahead, get booking your day trip to Chester Zoo and support the efforts to save the animals. I'm Ola Holmes and this is Quays News.
Well, Ola looked like she had a good day at the zoo there. Anyway, the AJ Bell Stadium is home to Sale Sharks and Salford Red Devils, but soon it could be owned by one of those tenants. Rugby team Sale Sharks have made approaches to purchase the ground. The Sale Shark Supporters Club chairman spoke to our reporter.
It's all speculation, and there's nothing been muted from our side that we can see of anything other than Salford still being able to stay and play at the AJ Bell. Currently being tenants, we don't have access to the profits made from certain sales, and which would all come under the umbrella of Sale Sharks once took control of the ground. It should give more opportunity for the fans to mix on a lengthier scale rather than being kicked out after an hour.
Shirley Bradshaw, who is a board member at Supporters Trust for the Salford Red Devils, sent a statement, and this is a few key quotes that she said. "We as supporters are really worried as to where our future lies. We, the fans, fought tooth and nail supporting this stadium being built, and now we find we are out and homeless. What Salford Red Devils Foundation bring to the community is invaluable. If the stadium is sold to another party, hopefully the council will negotiate a long tenancy agreement into the contract that is affordable to the Salford Red Devils' future at the AJ Bell." Mocker Parade was once a thriving shopping centre in the heart of Lower Broughton in Salford, but now it sits completely abandoned. Our reporter Josh Warren has been to the former retail parade to talk with residents about the area and what the future might hold for it.
Here you see the now derelict Mocker Parade in Salford.
The shopping centre was built in the 1970s and was a thriving area within the local community. However, it has now been left to ruin. Due to economically tough times paired with the Salford floods of 2015, the area has now become a ghost town. With proposed plans for the parade to be turned into a Lidl, I spoke to local residents to hear what the Mocker Parade used to be like.
We had everything. There was Quick Save, there was Iceland along there, Iceland and Quick Save, and there was the Chippy and the Bookies and the Butchers, and we had the newsagent. Well, there was a newsagent over there with the job centre and the post office at their end. Then they closed it down.
It was a really good place to come because you do shopping. You could get some food there. You could sit around here. There was everyone would meet because it's a close-knit community, and all the shops are in one place. You'd meet everybody.
I asked for the locals' thoughts on the fact that the parade had been left to become derelict.
It's wrong. If they're going to they've been doing something with this for 20 odd years and they still haven't, and now they've just left it like this.
I think it's disgusting. I think it's not very old. It's only at least 40 years old, this Mocker Parade. So it's not old in the length of time when they could have done it up and made it look good.
It's a shame because these cars that are parked up here, they're just parking there because then they're going to town to work. As you can see, it's just getting run down and overgrown. Glass and rubbish everywhere.
I also asked the residents for their thoughts on a newly proposed Lidl that may come to the parade.
Oh, I'd be happy. The sooner the better. The sooner they can get it built. Because, I mean, I'm not going anywhere and I've still got to travel. To Salford Precinct or Manchester or to Press. So really, it'd be lovely if I didn't feel like going on the bus. I could just come here.
Nowhere to shop. There's nowhere to shop round here. All we've got is corner shops, so that's it. So we need a supermarket.
As you can see around me, the Mocker Parade has been left to ruin, but the proposed new Lidl may bring life into the area once more. Josh Warren, Quays News.
Hopefully that will be built soon then, that Lidl. Have you ever been round Mocker Parade yourself?
I've never been to Mocker Parade, but it feels such a shame that, like the lady in that package said, people rely on these shops, and when those things aren't there, it takes a big lifeline. But a big Lidl, I love a Lidl, a little cinnamon bun. Ooh, love it.
Well, on that note, people around the world are celebrating Earth Day today.
Yes, Earth Day. Do we not celebrate that every day? Anyway, earlier we sent out a tweet to find out how people in Salford are helping to protect the Earth. Could you believe such a thing?
I know. Well, Electric Boogaroo says shopping at zero-waste stores is one of the best ways to help the Earth and everything about it. Yeah. It's reusing your shampoo bottles, your cooking oils.
I do reuse my shampoo bottles, but then I forget, and then I end up buying more ones, and I end up with loads of plastic.
Recycling and all stuff like that. I'm terrible for using the grey bin.
Don't say that.
Oh, well, no, that's a bit naughty, isn't it?
On Twitter, @I have asthma, say, where's my blue inhaler? They says that they're going to try picking up any litter they see in the streets. That's good for them. I'm sure they'll be busy. Salford tends to have lots of litter. Are you doing anything for Earth Day?
Earth Day? Well, I'm going to definitely start using my grey bins properly.
You need to recycle.
You need to recycle.
And I'll tell you why you need to recycle, because Salford Council don't give you another black bin if you don't recycle properly.
Oh, really?
There's more than 6 of you.
What about your food waste? Do you still?
I don't do the food. We got maggots, so I had to stop that. Anyway, on that note, that's all we've got time for. I hope you enjoyed our jam-packed programme.
Well, thanks very much. That's it from us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.